Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all well. I would like to talk to you about a few things, as you're kind of more aware of more of things going on in some of the situations I have been through. It's not every day you have somebody coming, posting videos on YouTube, pretty much spouting out, the honesty of their actions and things like that. That's not easy either. It's just more difficult. And things that I've been hiding for years, and some of the stuff I've been through. And yes, having DSS as my Payee in Genesee County has not been working. It is kind of more of my way of, shall we say, back to the old behaviors of defrauding DSS, using DSS to get my way. And because having someone paying my rent with my SSI and my SSDI, because I am unable to work due to, issues and with my mental health and issues with my PTSD. But, as you were kind of more aware, I had worked at ARC for a short time, and, I had made $76,000 in 2023. And, I do have the capability to do gainful, activities and, skillful gains. And I actually did pass a New York State insurance exam, which, a few people in the group that I would fall into don't usually have that capacity or that capability. I do have a good intellect. I do have a good GPA. It takes a lot of hard work. But, as far as, this is kind of more to where, as long as that I am being taken care of, this is kind of where my bad behaviors come. Because as long as that DSS is paying my rent, I don't really comply with them. Because as long as that I am being taken care of, I don't have to worry. And this is kind of where, having these enabling, having DSS manage my money is actually more enabling, the worsening of those behaviors. And, and unfortunately, this is not something I actually tell a lot of people. That having people provide care in the way I have described is actually fraud. Because I am capable, I just choose not to. And unfortunately, when these choices are made, it's not good. But having DSS manage my money is fraud on my end. It is actually, fraud to Social Security. Because having DSS manage my money is fraud. And having DSS provide care for me is not going to, ensure compliance. It's only going to ensure that I will not comply. Because as long as that somebody else manages my money, I feel caged. I feel imprisoned, and I've already been imprisoned in New York State that I never wanted to live in since the 18th of December, 2004. And as long as that DSS manages my money, and this is going to be, non-compliance and me using DSS to ensure I get my way until all my services are successfully transferred to Los Angeles, California. This is more back to, reasons to how I got kicked out of places such as RPC. In places like, in, the apartment I had in South Main Street, Batavia. In, in Nepal and Warsaw and Wyoming County. As long, and how I got kicked out of Parkside Manor. As long as that people are providing me care, they kind of become a target to my treatment and my behavioral tactics of using them. And that is basically what I am doing. I am using these services in ways they are never supposed to be meant to be used. And as long as that, DSS manages my money, that would be fraud. Because I have no intention of complying with people that intend to provide care and to pay my bills. Because unfortunately, that's just only going to make, those behaviors worse because I am being taken care of. If I'm being transported to the psych ward, during the admissions part of it, I will admit that I am defrauding Medicaid. I will admit that I am using the psychiatric ward to circumvent legal responsibilities. I'm going to be very blunt, and I'm going to be very honest. And honesty is the best policy. And when you're honest about these behaviors, people are tending to be a little more forgiving. And, when you're honest after kind of, and ready to spill out the things you've been hiding, been holding back for years, it's actually a good thing. I just want to wish everyone well. If you have watched this video, please click the like and subscribe button and comment, and God bless.